Okay, now I'm going to create the base layer for the wood. So let's create base layer. And after that, I will go for this detail here in the reference. So let's add the black mask. I'm going to call it L1. And in here, I just need to have height. And let's set a number for that. For example, 0.1. And let's add a fill layer. I'm going to set UV wrap to none and put the value of the grayscale to 1. And okay, let's bring down the size of the mask. And here, okay. And as you can see, I have this area selected in the mask. And now I can play with the amount of height. So let's go for 0.3. Yeah, I think it's okay. And we just need to have a subtraction layer to create this kind of curve here. Okay, let's go add another fill layer and put the value to 1. Let's change the blending mode to subtract and UV wrap to none. Go to the mask view mode and change the projection to spherical projection. And we need to change the shape crop to projection cropped to shape. And now we have a control of the projection with this little gizmo, and we can put this projection in the place that we want. So according to the reference, okay, this one, it's going to be cut here and cut here. So let's fix the position. Yeah, I think it's okay. Maybe we can play with the scale and like this. Okay. Yeah, I think this one is so much better. Okay, so we have the mask that we want here, like this, and we can put a blur filter and the value like 0.2. We can control. Okay, this one is better. Yeah, like this. And that's it. Okay, this is good for now. We can come back later and fix the issue that we have right now in here. And let's add another paint layer. I just want to create this kind of detail here. And we should go for the path and turn on the symmetry, as you can see. But we need to modify the symmetry on Z axis, as you can see. And now let's change the blending mode to subtract and put a simple line. Play with the size and spacing. Okay, that's good. Like this. Okay. You can decrease the size again. And now I can select the last vertex and play with the pressure. Okay, so in this way, I can create this kind of effect like in the reference. So let's bring up the size, for example, to something like 2. And yeah, as you can see, it's okay. So let's put this detail inside this section. And after that, we can go over for the second layer. Now it's time to move for the second layer of the detail. So I'm going to create another fill layer here, call it L2, and with the same amount in the height. Okay, so let's press Alt and click on the height to deactivate other channels and just active one channel, which is height, and put the height value here, and let's add a black mask. Okay, so we are going to add this kind of effect here, and I can use this fill layer from here, put it in normal blending mode. That's it, and just duplicate this layer and change the blending mode of that to subtract. And now let's go here and just reposition the projection, and now we have the second layer of the detail that we want. So okay, I just need to readjust the height value, for example, to something like 0.15. Okay, that's it. Or maybe we can reposition the first fill layer like this to create the separation line for this layer. Okay, that's fine. So this is my second layer here, and I just need to add this effect here. Okay, now I can use a paint, and with the path tool and symmetry on, I can create that one very easy. But I just need to change the blending mode to subtract. Okay, let's bring down the size to something like 1 for now. Okay, and let's add my vertices and reposition them to achieve the curve that I want. Okay, that's it. Everything is okay, and I can modify the amount of the subtraction with the opacity value here, and let's change the size for this path to 0.5. Yeah, that's it. Okay, let's change the opacity to 50. Okay, for this issue in the edge, we can do two different things. First one is increasing subdivision count. It can help us to avoid this kind of effect. And the other thing is to increase the size of document in the Substance Painter viewport. So as you can see, if we try 2K, it's going to be much better. So don't worry about that. I'm going back to 1K because we need some performance to create the details. And let's go for the path number 1. I'm going to create some modification here like that. Yeah, that's okay. So this is the level 2 detail that we have, and now we can focus on this part. And after that we have this part, and we are going to skip this section, and we have this one here. So let's go and create the layer for this section. Okay, so let's make a plan for the handle. Okay, I'm going to make black color. Okay, let's put some sketches here, and this is the area that I want to place the ring. Okay, and after that we have detail like this and this one. As you can see, we have this section here. And okay, our handle, it's a little smaller than the handle in the reference. So we can change design and modify the design to match and fit for our handle. So let's begin from the top side. Okay, I'm going to remove this part and let's add this layer position. Okay, and maybe we can create this kind of detail here like this. Okay, after that we can create some kind of line here to have some detail. Okay, like this one, and this one. Okay, and in here we didn't add anything. Maybe we can have this kind of effect. Okay, this is a straight line that we have here, and this line, yeah, we have a similar effect from here. Some punches. Okay, and now we can place our arc detail here. Okay. So this is some rough sketch for our design. Let's go and process what we should have here. Okay, for the layer 3, this is my sketch. So let's rename it to a sketch. And let's duplicate this one. Level 3, let's add a black mask to reset the mask. And yeah, I want something like 0.2. Okay, and let's add a fill layer. And in here, in this section, I want to have this kind of layering effect. Okay, this is the surface, and I want to have this kind of effect. It's like we squish that part. So let's change the value to number 1, change the UV wrap to none, and now we can place the mask here. Okay, I think it's okay. Yeah. And okay, let's add another fill layer. By duplicating this one, we can save some clicks. Okay, let's load a gradient here. And let's put the gradient in the right place. Like this. Okay. And that's it. As you can see, we have this effect. And we can control this effect with the parameter like balance, contrast, and etc. So let's duplicate again this linear gradient and just create another layer. I'm going to load a gradient number 2. Okay, and play with the contrast to have this kind of layer. Okay, like this. That's it. And maybe a little down. And just fix the position for this one. Yeah. And we can decrease the opacity for gradient linear number 2. Okay, so we have layering here. Let's turn off the sketch. As you can see, let's make it bigger because I want to create some layering effect on this surface. And we just need to duplicate again and place it in the right place. And we can use tiling, okay, to create this layering effect. Okay, that's good. Let's play with the balance, contrast to achieve the result that we want. Okay, now I can increase the opacity to 75. Now we have a good silhouette shape, and we can increase the height itself. Okay, that's it. Yeah. Okay, so we can fix this issue very easy. But maybe decreasing the height value is a good way to do that. And control the fill layer, the first layer that we create. Okay, like this. Yeah, that's it. And we can give the blue part or metal head a little height to inflate and cover this part. So don't worry about that. We are just good to go. And let's add the detail for this surface. I'm going to add a paint. Okay, again with the pass tool and symmetry on, we can add this kind of effect. Okay, let's make size to something like 2 and put the pressure for the first one and the last one to 5 and 5 for now. And now we can decide, okay, let's bring down the size to number 1 and let's change the blending mode to subtract. Okay, now we can decrease the amount to something like 60. Okay, to create the effect that we want. And now let's create the other details here. I just put the vertices and create the lines at the first. Okay, and after that, I'm going back and create the effect. Okay, that's it. And let's change the pressure to 5 for the first and the last vertices on the edge. Why it doesn't work? Oh, it's closed right now. Okay, and let's change it to 5. Don't know what happened here, but we need to fix the issue. Okay. That's it. Okay. And the last one. Yeah. Okay, that's good. Let's add pattern for this part. And before that, I would like add a line here. Okay. So we need an extra layer for here. So maybe we just need to use just a gradient linear like this one and bring it up here. Change the blending mode to something like subtract. And as you can see, we have some kind of effect, but we need to change a scale for this. Okay. And bring up the tiling amount. And now we can play with the balance, contrast, and this effect. Okay, let's increase the size. We're getting out from the border. Okay. And for all gradient, we should do that. Like this. Okay. And now let's change the blending mode to different type. For example, this is the subtrack, and this is inverse subtrack. Okay. Yeah, I think this one is better. Sine addition. That's good. Let's bring up the size to 2K and see what happened here. Yeah, I think, yeah, we did the job and we have the detail that we want. So let's continue with 2K, because in this way we can see what happened in the, yeah. So that's enough for this video. After that, we are going to create another layer and add some pattern for these lines here, and just figure out how to add the curve and the arc detail here.